keep my hands to myself, no matter how hard I'm trying to.
So starting off, I'm using my Rimmel Lasting Finish Primer. For my foundation, I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation in 120. So I'm blending this in with a Eco Tools like little blending brush, I guess. Next, I'm going to cream contour, and I'm going to use the Maybelline Master Conceal Camouflaging Concealer in 20 Light and the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in 35 Deep. And so for the lighter concealer, I'm just going to place this on the high points of my face and under my eyes. So the bridge of my nose, my forehead, my cupid's bow, and my chin, and then under my eyes. And then the darker concealer I'm going to put in the hollows of my cheeks and on my jawline and my temples, just where you would normally contour. So next what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that same color that I used to cream contour on the outside of my face, and I'm going to use it to contour my nose. So for this, what I like to do is I just like to draw a really gentle line, because you don't want to put too much product down. Just right on the sides of my nose. And then lines that kind of go into the crease of my eye. And the closer the lines are together is the skinnier that it will make your nose look. So then what I like to do in a situation like this, where I put, like, as you can see, I put my contour too close together, what I'll do is I'll just take that same color I used to highlight and I'll just reapply it. And that will kind of just clean everything up. Straighten those contour lines we just made out, and it will also make that part just look a little bit sharper. And then next what I'm going to do is I'm going to bake. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to set my under eye, and then I'm also going to set my the rest of my face. And for this I'm using the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. What it'll look like. And then I'm just going to take the rest of the powder and use this to apply, or use this to set the rest of my face. So instead of packing it on, I'm just kind of gently sweeping it. And you want to make sure that you're being super gentle when you do this, because if you sweep it really hard, you'll remove some of your foundation too. So while this is baking, I'm just going to do my brows. I'm going to set that with my e.l.f. Clear Brow Gel. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe that powder off that's underneath my eyes. And I'm just taking that brush I used for foundation. And the reason I'm using this brush is because it's super dense. So it'll just kind of whisk away that powder really well. What I'm going to start by doing is I'm going to start by priming my eyes, and I'm just going to prime them with that same concealer that I used before. I'm just going to set that with just a face powder. So this is the Maybelline Fit Me powder and 130 Buff Beige. So for my eyes, I'm just going to use this bronzer, and this is from the Tarte Park Avenue Princess palette. So I'm just going to take this bronzer shade, and I'm going to take this blending brush from Urban Decay, and I'm just going to start by putting this in the crease. The NYX Prismatic Shadow in Fireball. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to pack this on the lid. So next, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take that same bronzer that we used before, and I'm just gonna use it to blend the shadow up into my crease. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a gold shadow. And the one I'm using is Half Baked from the Naked palette. Woo! And what I'm going to do with this shade is I'm just going to take it on my ring finger, and I'm just going to apply this to the center of my lid. And I'm also going to apply the same shade to my inner corner. And then I'm going to take that same blending brush that I used before and just blend the colors together. And this is the Essence eyeliner pen, and it's the waterproof one, and it's literally like $1 maybe, but it's super cheap. And it's amazing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna create a wing. Next what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that eyeshadow on a little pencil brush super carefully and apply this on my lower lash line. And then I'm going to take that Half Baked shade and I'm going to apply it right in the center of the lower lash line. So we're pretty much just mimicking what you did on the top to the bottom. And then I'm going to apply my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara to the top and bottom lashes. And then I'm going to take the shade Virgin from the same Naked palette, and I'm just going to apply this underneath my brow bone. So for my bronzer, I'm just going to take that shade from the Park Avenue Princess palette and bronze up the skin. You want to make sure you're applying this down your neck too, just so it's all the same color. Contour, what I'm going to do is, this is actually a super cool trick that I like to use. And when I like bronze with a brush like this, that's kind of like a blush brush, I'll just take the end of it, so like right here, and I'll just dip that into my contour shade and just go right into the cheekbone. And I just think that this gives a much more natural look because it's not so sharp. I'm going to use is 05 Luminoso by Milani, and this is just a super universal blush shade. For my highlight, what I'm going to start by doing is I'm going to take the Burberry Fresh Glow Luminous Fluid Base, and I'm going to use this as a base for my highlighter. And then to go on top of that, I'm going to take the highlight shade from the Park Avenue palette with my finger, and I'm just going to highlight right on top. And then lastly for lips, I'm just taking Revlon's Color Stay lipstick, I think, and Pink Cognito. So here's the finished look. I hope you guys like it.